So let me show you how I took these phone recordings from this.
These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown.
To this.
Running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown.
Recently, I've been sent vocals to mix, and the vocals have been recorded using their phone. And honestly, I get it. Sometimes that's all you've got to record. Not everyone's got access to a professional recording studio or got their own home recording setup. Sometimes you just got to work with what you got. There's absolutely no shame in recording your vocals on your phone, but I would strongly advise that you get some type of recording equipment, especially if you're looking to take this serious and get your music out there. There's a few links in the description where I've put together different recording equipment you can get on different budgets. So go check that out. It will make your life so much more easier. Us engineers, life's easier. And you're going to get way better results. So let me show you how I took these phone recordings from this.
These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown.
To this.
Running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown.
Here's the vocals, the raw vocals.
These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Paggies in South Town.
And you can hear the recording's not the greatest. They're not the best. You can hear a lot of the room that it's recorded in. You can hear the beat in the background. It's a phone recording. So there's a few things that I've done to get the recording sounding good on the beat, with the beat. I'll just run you through the plugins that I've used. So the end console, then I've gone to the Isotope Repair Assistant, hit learn, played the vocal, hit learn, and then the RX10 Repair Assistant repairs it, makes it sound a lot more cleaner. It's added a D reverb, a DSR, D click, and D noise. So this is before.
These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to.
And this is after.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to.
So it's made it sound a lot more clean. So what I've been doing lately with recordings that I get sent is that I'll run it through the RX editor. So I'll just press Shift and W, which is linked to RX10, and then I can edit it through that way. But I just found it quicker and easier just to use the RX Repair Assistant. Yeah, so the RX Repair Assistant's done that for me. Then I've gone in with some EQ, and you can see I've took out some annoying frequencies, like 197. Let's listen to that.
The sundown,
So
step on my block.
And then I've took out some other frequencies that I found annoying, which is 3K. Bit of a whistle
step
there.
On my block with in East Town, now Paggies.
Just some annoying sounds that I felt like just if I remove that, it will sound better with the beat in the background. So with the Pro Q3, with the beat playing.
Running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Paggies.
So it's doing a bit more cleanup. And then I've gone with the Reverb by SPL, just to get a bit more of the room sound gone.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Paggies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown.
So then all these different decisions add up to the final sound. Then DSR, because the S's were a bit annoying. Bit sharp.
Running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town.
Not doing that much. -4 dB there, and then another Pro Q3 just to get at some more unknown frequencies. I'm using dynamic, and I've just cut some out as well, which is 185, 238, 292, and 625.
Tonight to the sun.
And this is 185 that I found really annoying. So yeah, just pull that out, get rid of that, and then I felt like 625 as well was a bit annoying.
Tonight.
And that's just a case of just sweeping through and finding what I want to remove. So then I've gone to CL1B just to get a bit of control over the vocals and add a little bit more volume, a bit more gain. And that works nicely.
We're running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my
and it's
block.
not even doing that much compression. And then I needed to do some clipping. I needed to clip it a bit and add some saturation with the soft clip saturator. So I've pulled down the clip gain, the clip slider.
We're running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies.
Shaving off, just slightly shaving off some of them peaks, and then boosted the soft clip saturator by 18.
We're running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack.
So then that starts to give it a bit more grit, a bit more life, a bit more attitude to the vocal. So then my thoughts afterwards, I thought, how can I get the low end of the vocal to sound to bring it back up, because I've been removing it with these other plugins, with the Pro Q3, the equalizers. So I wanted to bring some of that back. So I used the MV2, which is a nice way just to squeeze the low end and the high end of a signal, a sound. So I boosted that by 6.1. This is what it does.
We're running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town.
And it's not even doing that much compression, but it is giving me that sound that I'm looking for, a bit more body. So then I've gone for the suppressor, and this, I probably added this after I've done all my processing, and I'm trying to find the frequency that's still annoying me, and this is what it sounds like.
Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sun.
So yeah, that's just removing that annoying frequency in between 3.4 kilohertz and 3.9 kilohertz. Then we're moving on to another Pro Q3, and I'm cutting and boosting just slightly here as well. Nothing too drastic, just like minus 3 dB cuts, and then slight boost at 182, which I removed earlier, and then put it back. So it's kind of just, I'm just removing and adding what I think sounds good for this vocal. So far, this is what we got.
We're running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with them. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping.
So it's sounding a lot cleaner, still a bit quiet. Then I move on to my mix bus. Got the end console on there. Got the PSP E27 EQ, one of my favorites. Turn down the output just slightly because I'm boosting 800. I'm cutting a bit of 10, which I've probably put back somewhere down this chain, and just a little bit taken out at 200 hertz. And this is what it's giving me so far.
Running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town.
So I could have probably left it there, but I didn't. I'm using the Marg EQ, adding 5K, 0.5, and 160, 2.5 kilohertz, 0.5, and it just adds a bit more gain. And I just like what it does with the sound.
Running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running.
So it feels like it's giving it a bit more. It's helping it to cut through the mix. And then Spectre, adding a bit of low end to the vocal, 176 hertz, just a decibel, nothing too wild. And then another about a dB at 5 kilohertz again. And I just like what Spectre does for a sound, that little bit of saturation to the vocal, subtle saturation.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack.
So for me, it sounds like it's giving it a little bit more bite, a little bit more sizzle to the vocal. Then we're moving on to the Shadow Hills compressor, which is probably one of my favorites now to use on vocals. I got this idea from an engineer who knows how to mix. He's a really good mix engineer. So yeah, I'm just using that. Been using that a lot lately. So, and this is what it's doing.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till...
So that's giving it a bit more gain, a bit more harmonics, some saturation, and that's on the iron circuitry. Not doing anything, it's just running through it just to give it that sound. Then I've got the UAD Poltec EQ, and I'm adding a bit of 10K. So I'm adding some boost at 60 and attenuating the same. So it's giving me lift and a bit of dip. Then I'm doing the boost at 10K, sharp bandwidth. When you say sharp, it's not really like sharp, narrow. It's got like a nice curve to it, to the bell. This is what it's doing.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on...
Yeah, so you can hear that the vocals sound a bit more clear and intelligible. Yeah, that. So you can hear him and what he's saying. So that's cool. And then so I need a de-esser in there because he's starting to build. The S's are starting to build up a bit and get a bit too overbearing.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies.
So that's cool. We're getting there. We're getting there. Cooking. Then I've got the Pro MB. And this is doing a few things on there. I've got a boost at 369 hertz, slight boost, just 0.43, just to give it a bit more weight to the vocal, and then controlling it with some compression. And then we've got at 5 kilohertz again, just to tame them frequencies. I've put that on in expert mode, and I've used the band here just to react to a certain frequency, and this is the frequency.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early.
So it's like that scratchy frequency that I want that to be the main trigger to compress the vocals. And then the high end, I just brought that down a bit, and then I'll probably bringing it back up again with some other EQs. Nope, probably the Ampex is giving me that extra lift and high end. So yeah, this is it without.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running
With the beat.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from...
So that's controlling what I need it to control, helping it to sit better in the mix. So then another de-esser.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town.
So that's doing a little bit more essing. Might be a little bit too strong, so I could pull back on that touch.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block.
No, I like it because it's smooth. It feels a lot more smooth and not so brittle and harsh. So then I've got the transmod on there. With the transmod, I'm just trying to get it to sound a bit more attacky, a bit more spitty when he's spitting.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sun.
So because I've got rid of the S's and kind of some of the T's, the transmod brings it back up, so it sounds a little bit more aggressive. It's because the type of track that it is, that's what we need. So then I've got the Oxford limiter. With this limiter, just doing a bit of, giving the peaks a bit of love, knocking them down, controlling them, and this is what it sounds like.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town.
And I like what that does. So the next thing I wanted to do, I wanted to bring the vocals a bit more forward. So I used the RVox and yeah, just pulled down the threshold by -4.9, and that's giving me what I need.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from.
And that's the RVox that's giving me that extra upfrontness that I need in the vocals. So then I move on to the Ampex ATR 102, and I've used the preset vocal lift, but I feel like I've tweaked some of these settings here. So even though it says vocal lift, I've just tweaked it how I wanted it to sound. This is without.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South.
And so what I like with that there, it feels like it's removed some of the boxiness of the vocal and added a little bit more top end crispiness, saturation. I like what it does. Let's see what 15 IP sounds like.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town.
Yeah, so I'm just using the IPs as an EQ really, and that sounds good. It's sounding crispy. I liking it. So then I've got a Pro Q3 on the end of that, and I'm just boosting that 180, which I've removed in other plugins, but then I brought it back again. Little dip at 276 hertz, and remove some at 4 kilohertz where I felt like it was a little bit annoying again.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These guys are silly, they provoking my gangster, but I ain't lacking and I know where I stand now. Got a new Reverb from a young G with an ammo full. My pull up.
So that's what the Pro Q3's doing. Then I've got some other stuff just to get it sounded right in the mix. As always, let me just quickly tell you, as always, with when I'm trying to get vocals to sit with the beat in the music, I use Soothe 2 sidechain to the vocals, so it's just ducking frequencies when they're there, when he's spitting, when he's singing, when they're singing. Whatever the vocals are doing, I want to remove some of the frequencies and give the vocals space to shine.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These guys are silly, they provoking my gangster, but I ain't lacking and I know where I stand now. Got a new Reverb from a young G with an ammo full. My pull up on my fucking.
Very light work there. So first of all, I'm using the micro shift just to get a little bit of width from the vocals.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town.
No,
These guys are
it's
silly,
hardly
they
doing anything.
provoking my gangster. But I ain't lacking and I know where I stand now. Got a new Beretta from a young G with an ammo full. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These guys are silly, they provoking my gangster. But I ain't lacking
Hardly doing anything on that at all. And then I've got a parallel Vox. Okay, so I'm using a parallel on this one. On the parallel Vox, I've got Pro Q3, EQ, just knocking out some frequencies that I felt was annoying. And then Ozone 11 Exciter, adding some saturation in between 230 and 7.6 kilohertz, 2 different bands, both analog, and just doing a little bit of excitement on that. Then I've got that Aphex Vintage Exciter again, another exciter, just giving me some more excitement. This is what it sounds like.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown. Step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town.
Subtle, but effective. Then moving on, we've got some delays. Echo Boy, delay, quarter notes, dual echo. And that's just some delay throws that I've got on there. Oops. So just to emphasize certain words.
Sundown, step on my block with the pack, that's a man down.
What's happening there?
Sundown, step on my block with.
Turn it on.
Sundown, step on. Sundown, step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These guys are silly, they provoke. Sundown, step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These guys are silly, they provoking my gangster. But I ain't
so that's lovely what's doing there. I've EQ'd the delay, cut some lows, cut some highs, so that it sits in with the rest of the mix, and then I put the True Verb on there, inspired by Jason Joshua, just to push the delays back so it's not fighting with the main vocal. Then I've got another EQ, another delay. Where am I using that? Oh, that's a slap delay. Yeah. And this is what's that. I'm not using it or something. Looks like I wasn't using it. It's muted. Okay, so moving on, we've got Reverb, the Valhalla Vintage Verb, and that is just to give a bit of space to the vocal, inspired by, mixed by Ali. And this is what this is doing.
Sundown, step on my block with the pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Padgies in South Town. These guys are silly, they provoking my gangster. But I ain't lacking and I know where I stand now. Got a new Beretta from a young G with an ammo full. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight till the sundown.
So just a little bit of room. Just a little bit of room, ambiance, and that's cool. Then I've got another reverb, which is the EMT 140. We're doing a small 1.9 seconds of decay, reverb decay. And how I got to that conclusion is by using Chromaverb. And what I do is go to the pre-delay, choose a note value, and sorry, I'm talking about pre-delay. So I've gone to the decay and I've chose, why would I choose 190? 1 bar is 250. Oh, so I normally what I do is I'll use the Chromaverb. I'll use the Chromaverb to find the right time. But I felt like 1.9 sounded good in this. I don't know how I got to that point, but it is what it is. So the same for the delay. I will usually use this pre-delay to give me a note value and give me the milliseconds. On here I'm using 9 milliseconds, which is half. 9 and 9 is 18. So yeah, 9 and 9 is 18, but I come up with 19, probably just to give it a little bit of difference. And I'm happy with that. Sounds cool. We run with that. So this is what the reverb is doing.
sundown. Step on my block with their pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Pages in South Town. These guys are silly, they provoking my gangster. Sundown, step on. People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the. People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown. Step on my block with their pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Pages in South Town. These guys are silly, they provoking my.
The vocal could sound a bit better with less reverb, but I feel with the track it works. I don't want the reverb to be present the whole time, so I used a sidechain. I sidechained it to the main vocals. The reverb is sidechained to the main vocals, so every time the vocals there, the reverb will start giving the vocals space and just pushes it forward.
People running, but there's nowhere to run.
Doesn't swamp it out.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown. Step on my block with their pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Pages in South Town. These guys are silly, they provoking my gangster. But I ain't lacking and I know where I stand now. Got a new Reverb from a young G with an ammo full. These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown. Step on my block with their pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Pages in South Town.
So, good way to check if what you're adding is working is how does it feel when you turn it off? Is it missing something? And that's what I like to do when I'm adding effects and that. So here's the original.
These people running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown. Step on my block with their pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Pages.
And here's processed.
People running, but there's nowhere to run now. Been trapping from early tonight to the sundown. Step on my block with their pack, that's a man down. Got yardies in East Town, now Pages.
Now, to say that the vocals was recorded with a phone, I feel like it turned out half decent. With a proper mic, the results would be way better because you're using a proper mic, using a condenser mic that's going to give you that crispiness, richness. And if your room's treated and you haven't got all the reverb, background noise and stuff like that, then it's gonna sound a lot better. But the results, I'm happy with. The client was happy with it, and that's the main thing. Appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.